So Kasumi Ishikawa last week was so solid, just really looking flawless, winning 4-0 over Mima Ito. And if she keeps her form, I would be surprised if anyone can stop her here. Han Ying playing incredibly well as well, but Kasumi so comfortable against choppers. Either way, 2 attackers out here. In this best of 7, first point goes to Ishikawa. No, it goes to Yui Hamamoto rather.
One all.
Solid play to the wide wing, deep to the backhand corner. Now Yui Hamamoto earlier today had a very impressive match against Hina Hayata. Big comeback to take the match. She was very solid on her forehand counters. Now, with such a tall player, the forehand can be quite expensive, takes a lot of time. A lot of the women players like to play fast backhand to backhand, but if Hamamoto can get that forehand into play, push her opponent back, she'll be very effective. And look at the angle here, the backhand wide, out of reach to Kasumi's forehand. There's that long swing, the deep forehand, heavy spin from Yui Hamamoto. Now again, as a much taller player, pros and cons, but the forehand spin shot is going to develop a lot, it's going to produce a lot more spin. Little break there on the back edge. Ishikawa takes the point. Oh, what a forehand flip kill. Beautiful shot, not easy to do. Men and women have trouble with the forehand flip over the table. Beautiful execution, just right through it, accelerating, lots of power.
3-5.
Tough to get as much wrist on that forehand flip. And the Lu Goleong serve comes out. Kasumi Ishikawa just long on the flip. Heavy underspin on the high toss serve drifts off the table, and Ishikawa just misreading, not enough lift. A little bit shallow on the table. Ishikawa's there, keeps her body weight forward, takes advantage of the opportunity, closes out the point. Closes the racket first, of course. So the second towel break of the game, and Hamamoto trailing 5-7. The Goleong set up once again. Nice strawberry there, a bit of side spin on it anyways. Don't know if I'd fully qualify it.
Yeah! 8-6.
You can see that this definitely means a lot to Ishikawa. Fired up. She knows that a lot of her teammates are on the up and up. Had lunch with her today. Talked about how she's still improving, even though she's between generations. Generation I Fukuhara, one ahead of her. Generation Mima Ito, Miu Hirano, Hina Hayata, one behind. A little bit flat, a little bit lackluster there. So 4 game points for Kasumi Ishikawa to take the first against compatriot Yui Hamamoto.
Let.
Wow, reverse pendulum serve. I've seen some serves pulled off right now from Hamamoto that I haven't seen in quite some time in the women's game. Not the way she's doing them.
Let. 6-10.
Tries for the side spin over the table, but Ishikawa steady. Ball does not come back. 11-6, Kasumi takes game one, and we'll be back for game two right after this.
You are watching first semi-finals match, Kasumi Ishikawa against Yui Yamamoto, and the first game goes to Kasumi. She won it 11-6. A vy teď sledujete první semifinálový zápas Kasumi Ishikawa proti Yui Yamamoto. A první set vyhrála Kasumi, vyhrál ho 11-6.
Second game. Ishikawa to serve. Love all.
Back for game number two. Ishikawa to start off with the serve, leading 1-0 over Yui Hamamoto.
1-love.
Now, Kasumi Ishikawa doesn't have one of the more flashy games, but she does have an incredible variety of serves, a lot of control, and great timing off the bounce. Oh, break off the top of the net, but even in those touch shots, you could see how she's so confident with that open face of the racket, playing touch shots short. The Chinese rubber on the forehand, a bit tackier and harder, can be quite good for soft shots as well. It's the in-between balls that are difficult, the blocking game. Flat hit killed right down the middle of the table. Excellent serve to set up that third ball for Hamamoto. Long serve right at the baseline. Talked about it in the last match with Hugo Calderano and Lin. Righty to a lefty. That long serve into the body on the backhand side can be very effective. One of my favorites to use in that situation against a left-handed player, being right-handed myself. Higher arcing spinny ball from Ishikawa, still deep on the table, causes trouble for Hamamoto. So quick turnaround here. Ishikawa ties it back up. First towel break of the game. Service error, some pressure. Again, this is what happens when your opponent's so steady on the receive. Stronger players put that pressure on the server to do a little bit more with their serve than they're comfortable with. The forehand flip kill takes the point. Now, just to let you know how these players got here, Yui Hamamoto in the opening round beat Netherlands' Britt Erland. That was a 4-1 victory. After that, 4-3 over Sakura Mori, also from Japan. Heavy spin shot there with the backhand, kicks up. And then earlier today, beat Hina Hayata 4-2. Tell you about Kasumi Ishikawa in just a bit. Excellent angle, short to the forehand side, then deep to the backhand corner. Even as tall as Yui Hamamoto is, her moves are going to be a little bit less compact. It's going to take her a little bit long to take her steps, to lean in, come back. Of course, the wingspan, that reach will be a little bit of an advantage at times as well.
6-5.
Unbelievable recovery off the top of the net, but the next ball, Hamamoto taking great advantage, playing it wide out to the forehand side. Very smart play. Let service.
5-7.
Solid opening backhands. So Kasumi Ishikawa in the first round beat Victoria Pavlovich of Belarus, the chopper, 4-0 after that. Matilda Ekholm, 4-3. Very exciting 7-game match for the Swedish and Japanese players.
8-6.
Following that, it was Taipei's Huang Yihua, 4-2. Kasumi Ishikawa won. Very strong tournament for Huang Yihua. Again, off the bounce, Hamamoto, very solid right now. 3-point lead. Looking to even up the game score.
Seven, 9.
Forehand flip kill once again. Ishikawa coming right back. 2 in a row. Hamamoto's close to the end, but not close enough. Has not crossed the finish line. That focus, the face of Ishikawa. Timeout. This is an early timeout for a match with no coaches in the corner. Both players from the same national association means that the coaches will stay uninvolved. Japanese Association watching very closely though. Kasumi's practice partner, talked to earlier today at lunch as well. He's been living in Japan for about 10 years now after coming from China, so fluent in Mandarin and Japanese, was a provincial player in China. Just goes to show you how strong players can be in China and make your whole life about table tennis, play for the province, and when you realize that maybe your career isn't going to be exactly what you hoped it would be in China, well, sometimes it's time to go independent, do your thing, depends. Many players around the world have been brought up, raised in the Chinese system. That's why we see so many coaches from China around the world. A nation where table tennis has made so many developments, set so many trends, and is still the most dominant nation on the planet when it comes to table tennis. So back from the timeout, Kasumi Ishikawa. 2 points in a row. Hamamoto looking to take this game. The strawberry comes into play, but it doesn't bother Ishikawa. She counters it right back. That's 3 points in a row to send it into the third towel break. This is the strength. High toss serve, perfect length, and the follow-up third ball attack with the forehand. Game point for Hamamoto. Clever idea, corner to corner, but Ishikawa does not give too much weight, keeps her balance, even when going out to the wide forehand. See if we can see her footing here. Tries to keep her feet really far apart, and it pays off. Reactionary shots, short stroke counters, deuce here in game 2. Ooh, the shovel serve with underspin earns game point for Ishikawa. Spinny ball goes long. Ishikawa saves the game. Hamamoto has no timeouts left after leading 9-6. Ishikawa comes right back. So a 2-0 lead for the top seed, and we'll be back for game 3 right after this.
game of match Ishikawa versus Hamamoto is over, and Kasumi Ishikawa won 12-10, and score of the match is now 2-love for Ishikawa. Druhý set zápasu Ishikawa versus Hamamoto je za námi a Kasumi Ishikawa vyhrává 12-10, čímž zvýšila své skóre na 2-12 sety.
Back for game number 3, Kasumi Ishikawa in red is leading 2-0. Yui Hamamoto right there, being her own biggest fan, trying to keep herself cool despite being down 0-2. And the shovel serve with heavy under to the backhand gets her the first point of game 3. And the pressure again to keep the serve so low to the net. Second time we've seen Hamamoto with a service error. Ishikawa getting ready for a high toss serve, most likely. And it drifts a little bit too long. Hamamoto plays it right into the crossover point, the middle. Excellent kick on that opening shot. Heavy topspin. Again, the full arm stroke for the opening because the serve drifts off the table. So Ishikawa has not had trouble coming back. Hamamoto getting an early lead. Solid start, but still has a ways to go. Big opening backhand after the net ball sets up a better shot. Hamamoto hangs on to her lead, extends it back to 2 points. Not a bad shot from Ishikawa in recovery, but Hamamoto makes excellent use with that opening backhand.
Left, 2-4.
Surprises all around. Short play over the table near the net on both sides. Long push. And we saw this today on many occasions, especially with Lynn and Calderano. But actually, even in the women's game, the chopper versus chopper, a long push with less spin, lifted up and out. Spin variation from both of these players.
Left, 5-3.
So a 3-point lead here for Hamamoto. Was not enough in last game at 9-6. Kasumi Ishikawa using up the timeout of her opponent.
4-6.
Putting some pressure on early in the match. Fast long serve, but the wingspan. Hamamoto there to take it with the forehand. In control and leading by 4 right here. I've been quite impressed with Hamamoto's ability to turn and take the forehand from the middle, again for such a tall player. Really is quite unusual. And here relies on the backhand, has a little bit more time to turn if she wants it. A little bit late to get into that wide forehand. Touch goes a little wild. Ishikawa with 2 points and now 2 serves. The comeback happens once again. Familiar score here, 7-8. Trying for that Chiquita, getting that banana flick in. Heavy side and top, but it jumps off the top of the net, and Ishikawa with 4 in a row. But the train doesn't stop. It's a 1-point lead now for Ishikawa. For a relatively high-scoring game, this could be a quick match if Ishikawa continues. Excellent combination, that high toss serve, the follow-up backhand. Hamamoto's backhand has been very solid. Now, since the time of registration, she dropped in world rankings 2 points, or 2 places anyway, from world rank 42 to world rank 44. But she beat Hina Hayata here, so it will shake up the world rankings a bit. Very crucial moment here, these next few points. Game 3, of course. Wow, what a point for Hamamoto, when it all starts with the inside-out receive over the table. Look at this, side swiping the ball wide to the forehand. Kasumi Ishikawa quickly regains her balance. Right back into the point, but Hamamoto prevails. Game point, Hamamoto. Tries for the inside-out forehand, tries to go the other way, and it's just too long. Deuce here in the 3rd game. Ishikawa saving game point.
Left. 10-all.
This is the serve I love so much, deep into the backhand, down the line. Another game point here for Hamamoto. Ooh, look at this one. Serves cross-court pendulum and plays it right down the line for the 3rd ball to step around. Very risky play, bold, but it pays off for Ishikawa. Right into the body again. It's been a little while since we've seen that, but again, against a taller player, you've got a bigger middle to hit to. So now game point to Ishikawa. Strong finish. Despite a big forehand flip Joe from Hamamoto, Ishikawa manages to keep the ball in play, get back in control. And all aboard, it's a 3-0 lead. Game 4 coming up right after this.
We have just seen the 3rd game between Kasumi Ishikawa and Yui Hamamoto. Kasumi won 13-11, and the score of the match is 3-love for Kasumi. Právě jsme viděli 3. set zápasu Kasumi Ishikawa versus Yui Hamamoto a Kasumi vyhrává 13-11 a skóre tohoto zápasu je tedy 3-0 pro Kasumi.
game. Ishikawa to serve.
Back for game number 4. Kasumi Ishikawa leading 3-0 with the serve to start. That's one way to answer. Forehand flip kill deep into the backhand side. Hamamoto takes the first point on the receive. This one goes a little bit wild. The inside-out forehand takes the point for Ishikawa. And Hamamoto's looking for answers. You can see that she is trying to expand her comfort zone here. Play shots a little bit outside of what she's used to. This time more spin, going to the safest part of the table, the length. Punch down the line. Ishikawa finding the opening, not easy to do against a player with such wingspan. Ball sits up just a little bit, and that one has to be right on the line. Edge of the racket, that ball's not coming down. What a catch! The ball boy running through. Look at this. We got a center fielder here. See if they'll show the ball boy. Running through, makes the catch. Ishikawa with the laughter says, okay, okay, nice catch. Maybe that ball boy will get a picture with her later for that. Now there are a few new things that have been introduced this tournament for multi-balls. They don't have to go chase the ball to pick it up to make sure that the play keeps moving. Exciting for the audience. Nice down the line forehand, the parallel shot. Also, we've got ball boys and girls out here running back and forth to collect and make sure that the court is clean for the players, that the leftover balls do not interfere with the play. Wow, what a response to that flat-hitting shot. Hamamoto taking it quick off the bounce and Ishikawa powering through his spin. Once again, that spinny forehand, but not just spinny, the strength that she's got on it. I mean, really, her timing is exceptional, and I think she still is improving. Quality of the shot set up well by the serve.
5-6.
Good placement here. Kicking shovel serve right at the back edge of the table on the backhand side for Ishikawa. Deja vu, similar serve here. Ishikawa gets a chance to connect, but still doesn't read the spin just right. Hamamoto trying to shake out the nerves, stay loose. Finds the middle of Ishikawa, not easy to do. Ishikawa plays so fast. Very comfortable opening up. But that big stroke forehand and then the decision to play the forehand again, that's Hamamoto's placement.
7-all.
And the sleeves get rolled up. Oh, that's what I forgot to ask Kasumi about the sleeves. Even on the backhand side, look at the power she's generating. Relatively quick rally, but she has a little bit more time. Takes advantage of that time to put some backswing into this wrist. You can see it tuck back. A little bit of extra acceleration and racket head speed there from Ishikawa. Caught off balance, caught on the heels, well-placed serve. Right into the turning point, the middle from Hamamoto. Beautiful shot again, the serve very subtle, but Hamamoto's had trouble making, I'd say, anything that's going to deter that third ball attack for a receive. Just a little bit too long and high enough. Ishikawa disconnecting on the last ball. The third towel break of the game. They're tied up at 9 points each. It's always a difficult ball when you're squared up to the table. Don't have a chance to really turn the waist as much as you'd like for the forehand. But Ishikawa's been able to do that. Short stroke forehands and counter well. Oh, another service error, and what a tough time. It gives match point to Kasumi Ishikawa. Well, there have been some long matches today, but this was not one of them. Kasumi Ishikawa bagels donuts and shuts out Yui Hamamoto 4-0. The top seed in top form will move on to the women's singles final. The question is, who's going to join her? Is it going to be Mima Ito from Japan or Han Ying from Germany? That match is coming up just after this to determine who will join Kasumi Ishikawa. So stay here. You're watching the 2017 Seamaster Czech Open.
Who defeated Yui Hamamoto from Japan 4-0. Now we will prepare ready for the second women's semi-final match. And then, in a moment, we will continue. Dámy a pánové, máme první finalistku.